He told Prince, "You can't play this song right." But the song was Prince's own. 3rd Street Promenade, Santa Monica, Los Angeles. Saturday afternoon, June 2014, 2:47 p.m. sunny, 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Perfect California day. Danny Torres, 28, struggling street musician, was set up at his usual spot. He'd been busking here for 3 years, since dropping out of Musicians Institute. Couldn't afford tuition. He lived in his van, 2003 Ford Econoline, parked 3 blocks away. Today's setup, beat-up Fender acoustic guitar. 1 string buzzed, small battery-powered amp, open guitar case with crumpled bills, $23 so far. Handwritten cardboard sign, live music, tips appreciated. Danny was playing Purple Rain, but poorly. The chords were right, but his timing was off, rushing the verses. His voice cracked on the high notes. He played it like a campfire song. No soul, no dynamics. About 15 people had gathered, tourists mostly, taking photos, a few tossed dollar bills. Danny finished. Light applause. People dispersed. He counted. $6 in new tips. Not bad. 1 more hour, maybe I'll hit $40 today. 2:52 p.m. Danny started Purple Rain again. Same sloppy version. He was on autopilot. Then someone in the crowd spoke up. "Hey man, hold up." Danny stopped playing, looked up. A man stood at the front of the small crowd. Casual white t-shirt, black jeans, purple sunglasses, vintage aviator style, purple bandana tied around his wrist. Natural afro, small frame, about 5 feet 2 inches, unassuming. He looked like any other Venice Beach bohemian type. Early 50s, maybe older. Danny, annoyed. "Yeah? What's up?" The man. "That song. You're playing it wrong." The crowd went quiet. Danny, defensive. "Excuse me? Purple Rain. You're playing it, but you don't feel it. The chords are right, but the soul's missing." Danny scoffed. "Oh, so you're a music critic now?" He leaned forward, condescending. "Look, man, this is Prince we're talking about, one of the greatest musicians who ever lived. You can't just play this song. It takes years of training, vocal range, technique. This isn't Wonderwall, okay? This is a masterpiece." The man, calm. "I know, I wrote it." Silence. Danny laughed. The crowd nervously chuckled. Danny. "Oh, sure you did, and I'm Jimi Hendrix. Come on, man. You really expect me to believe—" The man removed his purple sunglasses. A woman in the crowd screamed, "Oh my God, that's Prince!" Danny's face went white. His guitar nearly slipped from his hands. "No, no way. You're Prince." Slight smile. "Yeah, and you just told me I need years of training to play my own song." The crowd erupted, phones out, people screaming, traffic stopping. Danny was frozen in humiliation. I'm so sorry, I didn't recognize you, Prince raised a hand. "Don't apologize. You love the song, that's what matters." He stepped forward. "But since you said it takes years of training, let me show you something." Prince gestured to the guitar. "May I?" Danny, hands, shaking, gave him the guitar. Prince sat on the stool, held the beat-up Fender like it was a $10,000 instrument. First chord, instant transformation, same buzzing string, same cheap amp, but it sounded like Carnegie Hall. Prince looked at Danny. "This song? I wrote it in 20 minutes, recorded it in 1 take, no training, just feeling." He started playing. "I never meant to cause you any sorrow." 300 people gathered within 2 minutes. Cars stopped. Pedestrians sprinted over. Someone yelled, "Prince is playing on 3rd Street." Prince played the full song, but he wasn't performing for the crowd. He was teaching Danny. Between verses, he talked. "See this chord transition? You were rushing it. Let it breathe. The high note? You're straining. Relax your throat. Sing from here." He touched his diaphragm. The guitar solo. Prince closed his eyes. The solo was effortless. Even on Danny's broken guitar, it was transcendent. By the final chorus, there were 500 people in the crowd. Prince held the last note. Let it ring into feedback. Silence. Then, explosion of applause. Prince stood, handed the guitar back. Danny, tears streaming. I'm an idiot. I just mansplained your own song to you. Prince laughed, genuinely. Yeah, you did, but you care about the music. That's rare. He sat back down. Come here. Sit. I'll show you how it's really done. For 15 minutes, Prince gave Danny a free masterclass. Breathing. Sing from your gut, not your throat. Timing. Don't chase the beat. Let the beat chase you. Emotion. This song is about loss. Who'd you lose? Danny, voice cracking. My mom. Cancer. 2 years ago. Prince nodded. Then play it for her. Not for me, not for them. He gestured to the crowd. For her. Danny played again. This time, slower, intentional, raw. His voice still cracked, but now it was real. The crowd was silent, respectful. When Danny finished, he was sobbing. The crowd erupted, but this time they were applauding Danny. Prince stood. The crowd chanted, Prince! Prince! He raised a hand. Silence. Listen, this young man has been out here every day, sharing music, and you walk by. But I show up, and suddenly everyone stops. The crowd looked down. Danny's been giving you art for free, and you didn't notice? That's the problem with music today. You only value it when it's famous. Prince pulled out his wallet, $2,000 cash. Put it all in Danny's guitar case. Danny, I can't. You can. Fix your guitar. Buy new strings. Keep playing. But remember this. Prince leaned in close. You told me I couldn't play this song. You told me, the guy who wrote it. He grinned. Don't ever assume you know more than the artist, Danny, even if they're standing right in front of you. Prince started to leave. Someone yelled, Wait! Can we get a picture? Prince, without turning. No pictures, but you can do something better. Share his music. Not mine. His. He pointed at Danny. He's the one who needs it. Prince disappeared into the crowd. Danny stood there, guitar in hands, $2,000 in his case, 500 people staring at him. He'd just been taught by a legend, not humiliated. Taught. That night, the videos went viral. Street musician tells Prince he can't play Purple Rain. 12 million views. Prince's epic clapback to busker. 8 million views. I wrote it. Prince destroys street. Performer. 15 million views. Top comment. 47,000 likes. Imagine telling Prince he doesn't know how to play Purple Rain. That's like telling Picasso he can't paint. But Danny didn't read the comments. He was too busy crying in his van, holding the $2,000, thinking about his mom and the lesson Prince had given him. Not just about music, about humility. 2 weeks later, Danny's phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Danny Torres? This is Marcus Webb from Interscope Records. Have you seen the videos? Danny's heart stopped. Which videos? All of them. You, Prince, 3rd Street. They're everywhere. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Sorry. Danny, we want to sign you. Silence. You. What? Marcus laughed. If Prince believed in you enough to give you a master class in front of 500 people, that tells us something. We want to make a record. Danny sat down. His van suddenly felt very small. I don't understand. I'm nobody. I live in my van. You were nobody. Now you're the guy who told Prince he couldn't play Purple Rain. That's a story, and stories sell records. But I was an idiot. I mansplained his own song to him, and he taught you anyway. That's the beautiful part. Danny, people love redemption. They love humility. And Prince gave you both on camera. Danny's voice cracked. What do I have to do? Come to our offices Monday. Let's talk about your debut EP. 3 months later. September 2014. Danny released Purple Lessons, 5 tracks, all originals, but Purple Rain wasn't on it. The title track, Purple Lessons, was about his mom, about cancer, about loss, about a legend teaching a fool on a Santa Monica sidewalk. The EP went gold. Rolling Stone, Danny Torres's debut is raw, honest, and heartbreakingly real. Prince saw something in him. Now we see it too. Pitchfork, Purple Lessons proves that the best teachers don't humiliate, they elevate. Danny didn't get rich. The advance was modest. But he got an apartment, a real bed, a kitchen, and he kept busking. Every Saturday. Same spot on 3rd Street, but now, when people gathered, they knew who he was. That's the guy Prince taught. Play the one about your mom. Danny would smile, play, and put every dollar he made into a jar labeled Purple Street Academy. His dream, open a music school for broke musicians like him, kids who couldn't afford lessons, who slept in vans, who needed someone to believe in them, just like Prince had believed in him. April 21st, 2016. Danny was in his apartment when the news broke. Prince Rogers Nelson, dead at 57. Danny collapsed. He'd never gotten to thank him. Not properly. They'd never spoken after that day on 3rd Street. No phone calls, no emails, just one perfect moment. And now Prince was gone. The tribute concert was announced 2 weeks later. Los Angeles. The Forum. 10,000 people. Danny got the call. "We want you to perform." He almost said no. How could he stand on that stage? How could he honor someone so great? But then he remembered. Play it for her, not for me. May 2016, the Forum. Danny walked onto the stage, 10,000 people, silent, waiting. He held his guitar, the same beat-up Fender. He'd never replaced it. He spoke into the microphone, his voice shaking. "In 2014, I told Prince, to his face, that he couldn't play his own song. He could have destroyed me, sued me, laughed at me. Instead, he taught me." The crowd was silent. He asked me who I'd lost. I told him my mom died of cancer. He said, "Play it for her." So that's what I'm doing now. I'm playing this for my mom, for Prince, and for anyone who's ever lost someone. Danny played Purple Rain, slower than the original, quieter, more broken. By the first chorus, half the arena was crying. By the final verse, everyone was. When Danny finished, the silence lasted 15 seconds. Then the applause, not loud, gentle, respectful, 10,000 people honoring not just Prince, but the lesson he'd taught Danny, that music isn't about perfection, it's about truth. After the concert, reporters swarmed Danny. "What did Prince mean to you? How do you feel about his death? Will you release a tribute album?" Danny just shook his head. "Prince taught me not to chase fame. He taught me to chase truth. I'm not releasing a tribute album. I'm building something better." 2024 years after Prince's death, Danny opened Purple Street Music Academy, a small building in downtown Los Angeles, 2 rooms, 10 guitars, 1 piano, free lessons for homeless musicians, for kids who couldn't afford tuition, for anyone who loved music but had no path. Above the door, a quote, "Never assume you know the artist." Prince, 2014. Danny taught every class himself, guitar, songwriting, performance, but the most important lesson, humility. He'd start every session the same way. "I once told Prince Rogers Nelson, the man who wrote Purple Rain, that he didn't know how to play it. And you know what he did? The students would lean in. He taught me anyway. That's what real artists do. They don't destroy you for being wrong. They lift you up. They show you how to be better." One student, 16-year-old Maria, raised her hand. "Mr. Torres, do you still play on 3rd Street?" Danny smiled. "Every June 7th, Prince's birthday. Do you make money?" "No, I don't accept tips that day. I just play. For him. Every June 7th, Danny returned to 3rd Street Promenade. Same spot, same guitar, same setup. But now, instead of $23 in his case, there was a sign. Playing for Prince. No tips. Just listen. He'd play Purple Rain once. At 2:47 p.m., the exact time Prince had stopped to correct him. And every year, hundreds of people would gather. Tourists, locals, musicians. They'd stand in silence, listening. When Danny finished, no one applauded. They just nodded, respectful. Some would leave flowers in his guitar case, purple roses, notes. Thank you for keeping his spirit alive. My mom loved Prince. This made me cry. You honored him the right way. Danny would collect the flowers, take them to Forest Lawn Cemetery, leave them at Prince's memorial. A ritual, a promise, a way of saying thank you. 2024, 10 years after that day on 3rd Street. Danny was 42, still teaching, still playing. The Purple Street Academy had expanded. 3 locations, 50 students, all free. One Saturday, a young musician approached after class. 19, guitar on his back. Mr. Torres? I saw them video when I was 9. That's why I started playing. Danny smiled. What's your name? Carlos. Play me something. Carlos played Purple Rain. Rough, but honest. Danny nodded. You're rushing the verses. Let them breathe. Carlos looked up. That's what Prince told you, right? Yeah, and now I'm telling you. The lesson gets passed on. Do you regret it? Telling Prince he couldn't play his own song? Danny thought for a moment. No, because if I hadn't said that, he wouldn't have taught me. And if he hadn't taught me, I wouldn't be here teaching you. He put his hand on Carlos's shoulder. Prince saved me because I was wrong. Being wrong is the first step to being better. That night, Danny sat in his office. On the wall, a framed photo, Prince handing Danny the guitar, their eyes meeting. Below it, Prince's handwritten note, received 3 weeks after that day. No return address. Danny, you told me I couldn't play my own song. That took guts. Stupid guts, but guts. Keep playing. Keep learning. Keep being wrong. That's how you get better. And when you make it, remember, you owe it to the next kid sleeping in a van. Teach them, like I taught you. P. Danny read it for the 1,000th time. Tomorrow, he'd teach again. Pass the lesson forward, just like Prince had asked. The purple lesson, forever.